Bearcat Nation, what's going on? Justin Summers here with the Front Office News, here with junior wide receiver Tre Tucker. Tre, thanks for meeting with us today. Appreciate the time. To start it off, last year, tough ending to the year, but a lot of positives coming out of the offensive standpoint. You guys seemed to really click last year and, helped this team, go undefeated in the regular season. Talk about last year and how that meant for you to be, a center stone of this offense last year.
It definitely was pretty cool. Obviously I'm grateful to be in the position that I am. And especially the year we had last year, it was all you can ask for, and obviously want to continue to build on that. But yeah, otherwise, I'm just grateful to be where I am, and I'm going to continue to build on last year. So for sure.
Last year, you had your first career kick return score last year. A big moment for you, 97 yards. It was a great moment to watch you. And definitely last year, you led the American Conference in return yards last year. Talk about that part of your game and how, returning kicks and can really help this offense.
Obviously we value special teams a lot here. So, kickoff return is obviously one of the important ones. So I think if you can get any points on special teams, whether it's a punt return, kick return, block punt, anything, it's always that could be a difference in the game. And I can recite back on two kick returns that I had. One at Houston, I brought it out and we got it to I think I got it to the midfield, and we ended up scoring on that. And that kind of, I would say it sent Houston to the locker room with now maybe we might be out of the game. Rather than it would have been close at halftime, and you never know what could happen when they came out. So obviously I take it very serious. I enjoy it. And obviously, I want to build. I had one last year, so let's go for 2, 3 this year for sure.
So obviously, kick return, punt return, give your team a lot of momentum. Especially to start off the drive. Like you said, you took a couple kicks, far, especially the Houston one, up to about midfield last year, helped the team score. You're a really big momentum guy. You play pretty much anywhere on the field. I remember last year you got used out of the backfield. You were brought into, some touch passes last year. You're pretty much an everywhere guy. And when I really think about your role, I think of him like a Tyreek Hill guy. Could you describe your role in this offense for, this upcoming year, especially with some big time matchups, and how, being able to go anywhere on the field can definitely help this team?
Well, yeah, definitely. I love Tyreek Hill, so that's pretty cool. It's just pretty much I would just say, get your best guys in the best matchups you can possibly get them in. So for me, obviously speed kills. That's my asset. So get me in the best matchup that I can be, whether it's lining outside all the way number one, lining at running back, lining in really tight. And recently we've been doing 10 personnel, which it substitutes the receiver for the tight end. So we've been doing stuff like that. So like I said, get your best guys in the best matchups possible and just let them go to work.
How does it feel this year actually have a regular, off season? Obviously COVID kind of stalled things out last year with the off season plans, and it was a crazy year with no fans. Talk about this upcoming year and how, being back at camp, regular standpoint, you're gonna have fans this year. So talk about how it feels to actually be back at camp and actually go through with the guys and actually get a full camp and a normal camp out.
Honestly, to be honest, I really enjoyed it because obviously the COVID that year kind of made everything out of whack. So getting back on time, getting back to the normal schedule, we had a taste in our mouth obviously after losing to Georgia. So I think we really worked hard during the winter. We carried that in the spring ball, carried that in the summer, and now we're out here at high ground. So I think as you guys starting to see, people are starting to merge, but that started back in January. And that's the benefits of being able to have all that time, because you develop players and you develop yourself. And so, yeah, I was actually pretty, if you think about it, it's a long time of work. Because you're man, January all the way to August, it's a lot of time. But sometimes that's what you need to be the player that you need. So.
One last question for you, Tre. You got some big time matchups this year. Obviously, I know you guys know Notre Dame, Indiana. Those are going to be some tough matchups. Notre Dame possibly could be a top 10 matchup this year. It's one of the, looked at games this year in college football. Talk about this, upcoming year for your guys' standpoint. Obviously, like I said, last year a tough one, but this year you're getting the recognition from college football and they're obviously expecting a big year out of you guys. Talk about, these upcoming matchups for this upcoming year and what you guys are expecting.
Obviously we have a pretty good schedule this year, and like basically I think what Coach Fick is always harping on. Obviously we got to go 1-0. So if we take care of each week and go 1-0, we'll let the rest of stuff pan out. So obviously I'm excited. We have some really big games on the schedule, and Notre Dame, Indiana, and you can UCF and all that too. But honestly, I'm really excited to play Miami in the NIP in a few weeks, and with a lot of fans and stuff like that. It's obviously the year we had last year, but yeah, obviously we're all excited. It's I would say it's good for us to get our brand out there, because obviously the brand of Cincinnati has grown. So yeah, we're just going to continue to build on that and see where it takes us.
Well, that's all I got for you, Trey. Thank you for meeting with us today. I really appreciate the time. Bearcat Nation, make sure you check out the Front Office News for the latest content. And make sure you check out Tre Tucker and the Bearcats this year. Hopefully a great year for them. I'm out.